Hello, my dear friends. My name's Shannon. If you're returning, welcome back. If you're new, welcome to the channel. I channel and I read the tarot. Today, we're going to be doing a reading for the general collective, so all signs, all placements. I'm going to be using the Sacred Forest Oracle to get the overall vibe, the energies that you have going on around. And then I think we're going to be using the Dream Keepers Tarot, which to me at least is a little bit more of a shadowy deck. I do have a couple more decks out here in case we need to clarify. But yeah, with that said, let's get into it, guys. Spirit, what does the collective need to know today? What energies are we working with, please? These all have been pre-shuffled, just in case you're wondering. All right. Energies for the collective, please, Spirit. Okay, we got two. We have joy and new beginnings. Beautiful energy, guys. So the Daffodil Fairy and the Hummingbird Spirit. What's on the bottom of the deck? Moonlight enchantment with magic. Seems like some of you are trying to manifest something into your life, and it looks like that manifestation is taking place. Let's get some more details with the tarot, okay? Let's see what we've got going on here in regard to new beginnings, joy, and magic. For the collective, please. Remember, I did say this is a little bit more of a shadowy deck, so let's see what energies we're dealing with here today. Get the central. Thank you. Starting off with the Eight of Wands being crossed by the Knight of Wands. Recent past, we have the Three of Wands. Near future, the Devil. Crowning, we have Judgment, and in the foundation, we have the King of Swords. All right, guys, so let's talk about it. Hanged Woman on the bottom of the deck. All right. So, in the past, new beginnings, coming back to new beginnings, it looks like you are taking steps to point yourself in the direction that you want to go, and you are moving in that direction, okay? This is your recent past. You've taken steps and you're deciding where you're heading. Where are we currently? We're at the Eight of Wands, which speaks to things happening in quick succession, okay? Things occurring quickly, things coming either into your life, out of your life. If you look at the image there, we see her being helped across this, okay? This is currently being crossed with the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is someone who's going to be, this is an energy of excitement, of newness, of learning and discovering and uncovering. However, the Knight of Wands energy can also remind me a little bit of a child who's had too much sugar, okay? And I know sugar doesn't, whatever. Anyway, point is that it looks like there's a lot of movement, okay? You've made a decision in which direction you want to move, and now you're going. You are heading in that direction, right? And you're going there fast, and it's being crossed by this energy of even more excitement, okay? So I get the vibe we need to temper this a little bit, okay? It's great to be excited. It is great to be over the moon about things, but when we let ourselves start to get into this kind of like steamroll almost of doing things, we oftentimes lose the intention behind what we're doing, or we lose the meaning behind it all. Like, why are we doing this? We get so wrapped up in the excitement of it all that it almost loses its meaning, okay? So that's where we're at currently. In the foundation here, we see the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is going to be somebody who is going to be coming through and speaking logically, speaking, not so much, this is going to be somebody who's coming from a place of really having thought through what they want to say, all right? And these, like, what is the saying? Having like a sharp tongue or a quick tongue. That's this, okay? And I feel like with this being in the foundation, it's kind of like Spirit saying, you know, you need to incorporate a little bit more of this King of Swords energy, because right now you're literally like free falling into this, all right? And what's waiting for you on the other side is the devil. Not the actual devil, okay? Let's clarify this. The devil speaks to attachments, right? And like I said, when we point ourselves in a direction and we start going and it starts moving quickly and we're kind of just going, right? When we're in this energy of everything's going great, let's just keep going with it, and we tend to lose the intention behind why we're doing something, oftentimes that can lead us to a place of either attachment or just basically a place we don't want to be in, right? Or alternatively, we might get addicted to this type of fast-paced environment where things are coming in, okay, quickly. And I'm seeing we have judgment crowning, okay? So maybe you're aware of the fact that this is moving a little bit too quickly. Whatever this is for you, this could be something in love, this could be work, this could be, somebody wanting to have a kid, that just came through, that's for somebody. But I feel like you or someone else is calling judgment on this and saying, hey, be careful because this is what's waiting. All right. Currently, your energy is of the world, okay? And this kind of fits into what I'm saying here. When we allow ourselves to kind of get on a roll with something and we don't keep ourselves in check, right? We don't keep our emotions in check. We are just, this feels good, I am running with it, right? Which can be a very easy thing for us to do, especially if we're coming from a past place of maybe not feeling so great. When we do get into this feel good, energetic, I'm hearing mania, maybe for some people, this could be turning into a mania, and that's something we need to be careful of. But when we get into this, it's like a boulder rolling down a hill. We have to learn to temper ourselves, because once that boulder gets up to speed, it's going to be very hard to stop, right? So right now you're feeling like you've got everything under control. And I feel like this is just a warning message. You need to bring in some of this logic, some of this grounded, well, not grounded, it's air energy, but you need to bring in some of this clear thinking, okay? And speaking of earth energy here, the next thing we have in your external energy, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles, this can be something that maybe you were working on something for a really long time, pouring everything you had into it and saying to yourself, when is this going to grow? When am I going to be able to pick the fruits of my labor? When is this going to be ripe? When am I going to be able to enjoy the work that I've put into this? It's kind of like oh God, I'm sitting here and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm still putting in the work and nothing's happening, okay? It's because this is the only grounding earth energy I see in this spread. I feel like for some of you, this is something that either you've walked away from. For others of you, this might be something that you've put on the back burner. And still yet, for even more of you, this is going to be something that ended up coming to fruition. It depends. You take whichever narrative fits. But the outcome is the same. No matter what you did with this, whatever you were working with in the matrix, in the 3D here, that was taking forever to manifest, you decided to go in a different direction, right? And when you stepped in that different direction, things started happening. And now you're kind of like completely forgotten about this because you're like, no, I've got everything I need here. Spirit's saying you need to ground yourself. You need to learn to temper this fire energy that you have going on right now, because these are new beginnings. You should feel this joy, but also remember to not let us get carried away, because we know where it's going to land us and we don't want to be there. This could be a codependent relationship. This could be, you know, a job where you just feel completely stuck with no way out. This could even be something, I mean, the devil can be a lot of things. But when we lose our intention and we lose track of our path, because things are feeling so good, that's when the devil likes to step in, because we're vulnerable, right? Hopes and fears. We have the 2 of Swords, and then the outcome, we're going to clarify this. We have the 7 of Swords. Some of you are worried about making a decision because there has been some type of deception in the past, okay? And I feel like that's why you're very hesitant to bring this energy in. All this air energy that you have going on here, it's almost like you're in this vibe of all this fire energy, and you're like, if I bring this air energy in, you know, I'm just going to end up being tricked again, or, you know, I'm going to lose everything that I've worked for here. Let's clarify, what is the 7 of Swords? Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. Yeah. You don't want to make this decision. Whatever this decision is, communicatorily, that is not a word, but it should be. As far as your communications are concerned. I hate to say this, but I get the vibe that a lot of you are kind of living in almost a fantasy right now. Or maybe less of a fantasy, but you do not see what's coming. Like you've got yourself believing that you're in this grounded state of having what you need. Like, look at her face. She's like, nah, I'm good. Thanks for asking if I need anything, but I'm okay. I've got, you know, I'm grounded. I'm hanging in there. This is Spirit telling you that yes, there are new beginnings. Yes, there are joy. And yes, there is magic abounding. However, you need to be honest with yourself. This Judgment card coming out on the top. Sometimes we need to call judgment on ourselves. Okay. all this energy is kind of like, yeah, with the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom. This is something you've been working towards for a long time. And whatever this Three of Wands is that you stepped out in a different direction with, right? It's leading you to some success. However, please remember, the devil's on the other end of this, okay? Attachment. This, I feel like, is you being led off your path. And you fully believing that you're still on that right path. So whatever this is that you're working on in the 3D here, okay? Whatever this is, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, things you've been working on for a long time in the physical. There's going to be a decision that needs to be made about that. And Spirit is saying, make the decision and stop lying to yourself. You need to stop lying to yourself. That's the message. You're having success right now, but that success is going to lead you to a place of attachment and a place you don't want to be in. You have the opportunity right now to correct course. But you need to be honest with yourself. And God, don't I know that that can be one of the hardest things to do. If you feel like this is resonating with you, or if you feel like this message is making you angry or feeling any type of a way, that's a sign that you really should be sitting with this. You should be sitting with this message and thinking about, does this fit into my life? Don't force messages. But if you're getting some type of visceral reaction from this, you might be in this loop. The only reason I bring that up is because oftentimes when you're doing tarot and there's shadow messages or messages that have to do with us needing to look at ourselves in a different way, it can be a lot harder to place than if we're doing a reading, let's say, where we're talking about external people, external events. This is something that you're going through internally. It has to do with something you've been working on in the physical, but it's something that you have not been honest to yourself about, and you know that. Subconsciously, you know that you have not been being honest with yourself. And that's your warning. Spirit's saying, be honest, or this is where you're gonna land. I think that's where we're gonna leave it at, guys. I think that's the message. Honest, be honest with yourself. And again, if this is creating any type of a reaction in you and you're going, that ain't me. Why is she up here saying this shit? You might want to sit with this for a while, okay? It's not saying anybody's a bad person. We all go through these kinds of things, right? We all lose track of ourselves, especially when it comes to being in a position of receiving things that we want or need. It can be very easy to fall into these traps. So I hope that this resonated for some of you. If it did, please drop me a like. It lets me know I'm hitting the nail on the head, so to speak, and also helps the channel out a great deal. I appreciate you all, and I hope to see you again soon. Have a great day.